Welcome to Horror Heaven, where the shadows come alive and every story sends a chill down your spine. Whether you're a seasoned horror fan or just looking for a thrill, you're in the right place. From twisted tales to eerie legends, we're here to haunt your nights and keep you on the edge of your seat. So dim the lights, grab a blanket, and prepare yourself for a journey into the unknown. Welcome. My name is Bob. I'm a part-time cab driver in a small town. I used to work as cab driver from evening to late night for extra income. I've seen some weird things in my time, but nothing prepared me for what happened last night. It was around midnight, and I was driving on a deserted road looking for a fare. I saw a man standing by the side of the road waving his hand. He looked normal enough, so I pulled over and opened the door. "Where to?" I asked. He got in and said, "Just drive. I'll tell you when to stop." I shrugged and started the meter. He was wearing a dark coat and a hat, and I couldn't see his face very well. He didn't say anything else, and I didn't feel like making small talk. We drove for about half an hour, passing through the woods and fields. I noticed that he kept looking out the window as if he was searching for something. He seemed nervous and restless. Finally, he said, "Stop here." I looked around and saw that we were in the middle of nowhere. There was nothing but trees and darkness. I didn't see any houses or signs of life. "Are you sure?" I asked. "Yes, this is the place." I checked the meter and said, $25. He reached into his coat and pulled out a wad of bills. He handed me one and said, "Keep the change." I took the money and thanked him. He got out of the car and slammed the door. I watched him walk into the woods, disappearing into the shadows. I just started to drive back when I heard a scream. It was a high-pitched, blood-curdling scream full of pain and terror. It came from the direction where the man had gone. I felt a chill run down my spine. I wondered what was going on and if I should call the police. But before I could do anything, I heard another scream. This time it was closer, and it sounded like the man. Glancing into the side view mirror, I caught sight of him. I saw him running towards the car, his face twisted in horror. He was covered in blood, and he had something in his hand. It looked like a knife. I was scared out of my mind. I didn't know what to do. I wanted to help him, but I also wanted to get away from him. He looked crazy and dangerous. He kept running and screaming, begging me to stop. I was about to stop to help him when I saw something behind him. Something big and dark. Something that moved fast and silent. Something scary and was not natural. I slammed my foot on the accelerator, the primal instinct to survive overruling everything else. I was scared to death and wanted to get away from that thing as soon as possible. The thing, whatever nightmare it was, closed the distance with unnatural swiftness. It grabbed him by the shoulders and dragged him back into the woods. He dropped the knife and screamed one last time before he was gone. I was frozen in shock. I couldn't believe what I had just seen. I didn't know what it was, but I knew I had to get out of there. I didn't stop until I reached the town. I parked at the gas station and got out of the car. I was shaking and sweating. I felt sick and dizzy. I looked at the money he had given me. It was a $100 bill. I realized that he had paid me to drive him to his death. He paid me for his last ride. He had known what was waiting for him in the woods. He had wanted to end his life. But why? What was his story? What was his secret? What was that thing in the woods? I don't know, and I don't want to know. I don't want to think about it anymore. I don't want to drive at night anymore. I don't want to be a cab driver anymore. Thanks for stepping into the shadows with us here at Horror Heaven. If you enjoyed the chills and thrills, be sure to like this video, drop a comment with your thoughts or your own spooky stories, and hit that subscribe button so you never miss a fright. We've got plenty more nightmares to share. So stay tuned, stay spooky, and we'll see you in the next one.